Hey.
Hey.
All right.
Bliped.
All right. I got an electronic mail.
An email.
Electronic mail from a young individual. He is a CODA with a K. He is a kid.
He's a kid.
He's a young guy.
His name is Alex. Great name.
And he was in middle school. All right. And he sent an email and sent it off to us. He emailed it to us. And I read it, and I thought, oh, cool. All right, what he was doing in his middle school English class, I think.
A required written report.
Yeah, he had a report, and he was also giving some sort of presentation.
A lecture.
Regarding, or about something that he chose. And what he chose was CODA, all right? He wanted to present to his class about CODA.
Yeah, explain it.
All right. He asked us if we wouldn't mind if he could interview us.
We said, sure, Alex. Anytime.
Sure, buddy. All right. So he had 3 questions, and I asked him if, I could take those questions and put them on our vlog, and he said, okay.
Yes.
All right, so here we go. His
He
very
accepted.
first question that he asked us was, he said, do the 2 of you like loud music?
Why? Because our parents couldn't hear it.
He asked us.
And we said, yeah, sugar booger. I love the bass and the vibrations. Honestly, growing up, I liked my music loud, of course. However, big word of warning. When I was 14, I received a new stereo system. It was great. And it had the bass on it, the bass control.
Bass. Oh.
And I bumped that bass up so loud, it was shaking the house. But the music actually wasn't that loud. My mom came running downstairs and said, it's too loud. I feel the vibrations. I literally turned the bass down.
Turn that bass off.
And my parents couldn't hear it at all. The high frequency loss, they didn't have it.
Our friends also, we grew up in, with middle school and high school. Our friends loved to come over.
They
Hearing
did.
friends. They came to our house because they could crank the music.
At 2 in the morning, it's fine. My parents couldn't hear it at all. They freedom rock.
And still, I love loud music. My wife, she's hearing, and she always says, hey, turn it down, too loud.
Turn it down.
And my kids, they're hearing too, and they love, Daddy, turn up the music. He likes loud music, and I continue that.
Maybe you're
HOH
culture. Or hard of hearing.
Hey, you know it. All right, that was the first.
Next question. Hey, were you required to use ASL while at the dinner table with your family? My family did not require ASL at the table. However, we often would use ASL while eating. Sometimes, of course, we'd get into a verbal conversation.
And our parents.
If that got to go on so long, they'd say, what are you talking about? But my parents never forced or mandated me to use sign language.
No, later on, I asked my mom, I said, hey, when I was growing, I said, hey, why didn't you force us to use ASL at the dinner table? And her response was, I didn't want to force you and make you hate ASL. But my mom said, of course, if you guys were blabbing on, talking, she said, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? And so I'd explain it to her. And, sometimes if the 2 of us were talking and, I could say like, oh, we're talking about this, and really we're talking about other things,
But most times it's interesting. It wasn't forced. It was very common for me to sign. I felt comfortable doing so. It was very common, and so to this day. Hey, a funny side note, my wife and I were out to dinner on Saturday. And we're at a fine establishment, and we always, if there's any flowers or candles or salt or pepper shakers on the table, we always move to the side.
Get 'em out
we
of
sit
the way.
across from each other. We don't sit romantically side by side. I gotta sit across from her so I can see her.
That's
the culture. That's ingrained in me
CODA
forever.
CODA that. At dinner time is not, there wasn't a line, deaf people here, hearing people here at our house. No, it was all.
It was all together.
It was
we were all the
English
same gang.
Same come. Okay, his third question.
Third.
He asked, hey, can the 2 of us can we identify a CODA if I don't know who they are? Can I pick out a CODA if there was a large group of people in the room? Can I say, there's the CODA?
That's the CODA.
And I said, yeah,
Like, where's
absolutely.
Waldo?
It's simple. It's easy. I said, yeah, we can identify a CODA. Just look at their ears. Little just a little bit bigger than everyone else's ears. Right than normal, because their parents used them for their ears, so their ears just kind of grew a little bit bigger.
No, really, I can identify the CODAs. How? The CODA always has a heavy amount of drugs or alcohol.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, heavy users.
No,
not true, Alex. That's not true. No, really, you can't identify a CODA. But if I meet a CODA that I had never met before, and I would have an immediate bond,
a strong
with that
connection.
person. We both have history, and we both know that they have their CODA culture, I have my CODA culture, and we can chat.
It's
and
so
relate
easy.
that
You
way.
can go on for many hours and chat.
Even you don't know who they are, and it's still easy to chat with them. So, all right,
Yeah.
take it
Thanks,
easy.
Alan.